course. Good evening, everyone. We are going to open our finance meeting, and I will ask everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll do a quick roll call. Councilmember Gully.
Present.
Councilmember Ash McPherson. Councilmember Steele. Councilmember Cummings.
Present.
Councilmember Zaluski.
Here.
Councilmember McDermott. Council President Mantello here. We have 7 present. Approval of minutes. Do you have a motion?
Motion.
Motion,
Second.
Councilmember Gully, second, Councilmember Zaluski, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? 7-0. Presentation of the agenda. We have a local law, Local Law 1. It's our first local law this year. Ordinance 20, Ordinance 21, Resolution 31, Resolution 32, Resolution 33. All of these, if they are approved, will be going to the regular meeting this evening. I will open it up for a public forum. If anyone would like to speak on any item on the finance agenda, we encourage you to come to the podium. You'll have 5 minutes. Please state your name and address. Except for Mr. Caruso. I'm sorry. Okay, we'll close the public forum section and go right into Local Law 1. Since we have just some housekeeping, the legislative address, 7 p.m. If folks, it's up to us, obviously. If we wanted to hold our debate and things for the regular meeting, I'm good with that, but that's totally up to all of you, okay? So Local Law 1, it's up to you though. A local law to add a section to the general law of the City of Troy authorizing the creation of a community choice aggregation program, also known as CCA, and adopting certain provisions to facilitate program implementation. Councilmember Cummings, Council President Mantello, Councilmember Zaluski. Do I have a motion? So moved. Motion, Councilmember Steele. Do I have a second? Second. Second, Councilmember McDermott. Discussion? Perfect. It's totally up to you. Just so folks are aware, we've had many public hearings, neighborhood meetings, and we'll talk about this during the regular meeting. Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Local Law 1 passes 7-0. It will be moved to the regular meeting. Ordinance 20, ordinance transferring funds within the 2020 general fund budget. Council President Mantello at the request of the administration. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion, Councilmember Zaluski. Do I have a second? Second. Second, Councilmember Steele. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Ordinance 20 carries 7-0. Ordinance 21, ordinance amending the code of the City of Troy, Chapter 270, Vehicles and Traffic, Section 270-13, stopping, standing, and parking restrictions, and Section 270-26, schedule of penalties for traffic offenses. Councilmember Ash McPherson, do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Councilmember Gully, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, you can, well, you can, but I'll second it. Council President Mantello seconds. Do you just want to give a quick, thank you.
Can you hear me here? This is talking about, there's a, putting into a wording, in 270-13-0, adding the word semi and semi-cab. These are issues that are with being parked on the city streets, and neighbors and community are asking we do something about it. And so this is what we're just asking, to add this to the list of the 270 section, saying that they're not allowed to be parking on the streets and city streets. I also want to do I do my amendment on this now? Can I ask for an amendment?
You have to, yes.
Okay, so I'd like to ask for an amendment on this as well. The only thing I'm asking is the wording on this is saying, let me find it, hold on a second. Yeah, I want to change the wording of the semi-cab in cabs to add, hold on one second. To amend the wording to say, in any length.
And maybe explain
I am.
that
Give me a
to folks.
second.
Thank you.
All right, so the amendment is for, the legislation is saying it shall be unlawful to park any bus, house coach, school bus, tractor, including a semi-cab or a cab. And I'd like to add the wording, in any length, right there. Trailer or combination thereafter. Semi-trailer, steered, automobile, transporter, mobile car crusher. Anything in 20 feet in length. So the only thing I want to change is with the semi-cab to say in any length. I don't want that to specify it's got to be 20 length or more.
Discussion on the amendment. We have a motion. Do we have a second? Let's first get a second. Second, Councilmember Gully, discussion on the amendment.
By doing this, adding,
Councilmember Ash.
adding in cab or semi-cab in any length, it's not limiting if it's under 20 feet. So it's going to be able to be ticketed if it's need to, if it's parking violations.
Makes sense.
Oh, yeah, Council President.
Yes, Councilmember Zaluski.
It seems to make sense. I'm suggesting that maybe the verbiage should be of any length, but
Yeah, yep.
that's legalese, I guess.
Yep. I agree. So let's repeat the amendment. Mara, can you just repeat that for the record?
After semi-cab, to add the words of any length.
Okay, makes sense. On the amended, do we have a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Councilmember Gully, do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Zaluski, discussion on the amended. Okay, all in favor on the amendment? Aye. Opposed? On the amended ordinance, ordinance 21, do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Councilmember Gully, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Zaluski, discussion?
Council President,
Yes, Councilmember Steele.
I would just like to say that I appreciated the process that went on in this. I thought it was bipartisan and respectful, and we listened to each other, we talked it through, and so I hope that we can continue that.
Yeah, I agree. And the law committee that Councilmember Steele chairs and Jim Caruso, our corp counsel, everyone really worked together on this and found a happy medium. And there was talk about some other issues that were maybe going to get intertwined, and they ended up not. So I agree, and nice work, everybody. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ordinance 21 carries 7-0. Resolution 31. Resolution 31, resolution adopting community choice aggregation program education and outreach plan and customer opt-out letter. Councilmember Cummings, Council President Mantello, Councilmember Zalusky. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Councilmember Steele. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Gully. Discussion?
Council President,
Yes, Councilmember Cummings.
I'll just note that John Salga and the Deputy Mayor both had a chance to look over this letter and made mostly some style changes and some rearranging of language. I provided everyone with the final draft that they came to, but as you'll note, it's mostly moving a few paragraphs around for clarity and flow. I don't know if either of them want to speak on that, but thank you for your work.
I just want to look it over quick. I
Sure.
just got it.
Sure. So you'll see the first underlying paragraph that was moved from 3 paragraphs below.
Okay.
And then the 2 crossed out paragraphs, the first one was moved. The second one was replaced with the paragraph that was moved from the last page just above the underlined paragraph that starts with "if you wish to purchase." That sort of replaces the other options.
I like that. I think that's a good move. The second to last, third to last paragraph, bumping that up. That's a good change. Thank you, Mayor. Anything else that was dramatically, I mean, what does small commercial mean? There's a comment
That
on
was
the
a comment that
side.
was clarified, but essentially that's talking about the under 200 megawatt hour.
Okay, that's so,
commercial.
it
They may
says
have
small
it, they may have it at a
business.
different rate. I don't know what the chances are that it'll be a different rate versus the same rate, but if you want.
Sure, yeah, it's under 2,000, not
Sorry,
200. Yeah, 2,000
under
kilowatt.
2,000 megawatt. Okay,
Kilowatt.
Or
hours.
kilowatts,
Yeah,
kilowatts.
of your bid.
okay,
And
okay.
actually, my team did meet with Detroit Bid today to talk about getting that information out in advance as well.
Okay, fair enough.
Great.
Everyone on board with the letter, just, make sure that you're good with it. Yeah, Councilmember Zalusky.
Council President, Councilmember Cummings, on the first paragraph.
Yep.
I'm having a hard time understanding the changes. It looks like there's a scratch. It says, it was small businesses, but then businesses stayed.
Yeah, they went back and forth. Basically, there's potential. It'll depend on what the default ends up being, whether the default ends up being the 100% renewable option or the grid mix option, whether or not it ends up including these 100% renewable there or at the end as an option, essentially. Those brackets throughout. I don't know why the track changes ended up crossing that out and then reintroducing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm just thinking.
That's some weird stuff.
Okay.
You shouldn't use Microsoft products. Chair.
Yes, Councilmember Gully.
I'm also confused by that line, because the way I'm reading it is that we're only offering our businesses 100% renewable electricity.
No, so that's why
No.
they're brackets. It'll end up depending on what the default. If we get a renewable option that is significantly cheaper than the grid mix, then it's likely that depending on what the recommendation is.
When they say standard or 100% renewable?
So that's why it's in brackets. It'll either say, it'll either read, able to offer residents and small businesses electricity at competitive and stable rates, which may include 100% renewable if you choose, or it will say, the city of Troy was able to offer residents and small businesses 100% renewable electricity at competitive and stable rates, period. So if the default is 100% renewable, then that will be the intro. Whereas if the default is grid mix, it will mention that you can choose that if you wish.
Does that
I don't
make
read it that way,
sense?
but I'm okay if that's,
That,
you're saying it goes both ways.
throughout the brackets are things that they're notes for the reviewers to say.
Okay.
These are options depending on how things pan out. Okay.
All right, further discussion. And this goes hand in hand with local law 1. All in favor? Opposed? All right, resolution 31 carries 7-0.
Do we need to have that as an official amendment?
Not the opt-out letter, no, it's in addendum to the actual legislation, I would say, yes. Okay.
Friendly other ones.
Resolution 32, resolution of the City of Troy, New York, authorizing the negotiation, execution, and delivery of lease purchase agreements to finance the purchase of apparatus for fighting fires, including but not limited to firefighters turnout gear. Council President Mantello, at the request of the administration, do I have a motion?
Make a motion?
Motion, Councilmember Zaluski, do I have a second? Second, Councilmember Ash McPherson. We can talk about this further, but this is second turnout here for our firefighters, and certainly many of us know that this is very, very critical year for our fire department. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 32 will be going to the regular agenda as the others, 7-0. Resolution 33, resolution amending Resolution 72 of 2019. Council President Mantello, Councilmember Zaluski, at the request of the administration. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Councilmember Ash McPherson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember McDermott. This was a technical correction to Resolution 72. All of you should have the backup on that. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 33 carries 7-0. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion. Councilmember Gully, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Zaluski. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right,